everyone, this is Jennifer with DP Addiction Adventures, and I am just putting away my collab work after filming my collab with Lizzie, and I just wanted to introduce this next video for you guys. A couple weeks ago, Crafts with Crashley brought me in onto her channel, and I was one of the first people for Sunday Social, and I just had an absolute blast. So with her permission, I asked if I could put the interview she did with me up on my own channel, but it's about a 3-hour live. I only put up, my portion, but go check out her channel. Every Sunday night she does Sunday Social. It starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is amazing, a blast. She brings people on live and it is so much fun. So here's a little snippet of what kind of fun we had, and please go check her out and subscribe to her channel. Also, don't forget, she's one of my partners in crime, along with Creative Mayhem, on our new Facebook group, Creative Craft with a K, Creative Craft Addiction. So go check us out. Love y'all. Take care. Enjoy.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Crashley. How are you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Jennifer, are you muted?
I'm not.
Can anybody hear me? Not on my end. Uh-oh. I see your screen. I just don't hear you. Hold on. Maybe let me turn it up. Nope. I hear both of you. Oh, well, that's just fabulous. Unmute your laptop. You muted my laptop? There she is. That was funny. This is what happens when you're... Are you doing quotes? What is this? Or is this little bunny foo-foo? Little bunny foo-foo hopping through. Oh gosh, it's gonna get me. That's terrifying. Little bunny foo-foo hopping through the forest. Something about something and bonking him on the head. Oh God, is that an alligator? What was that? What is happening? Don't make me go get Nora's little creepy people again. Just kidding, Nora. Those people were beautiful. They totally captured the essence of my beauty. So thank you for that. Okay, first things first, Jen. Let's see the fingernails.
Oh, I haven't done them. I thought we were doing
Jen!
it live.
You slacker.
I thought we were doing it live.
We can't. You can. That's fine. You see mine?
Yes, they're beautiful.
Why, thank you. Why, thank you. Thank you, Jeremy. You used to sing that to your daughter, Angie. I would love to hear that. That could be your next video. You singing Little Bunny Foo-Foo out into the forest.
Scooping up the field mice and bopping them on the head.
That's it. That was it. I said picking up something and bonking them on the head. That's all I care about is the bonking on the head part, I guess. That's the only part that resonated with me. Look, everyone knows it. That's awesome. Jeez Louise, guys. So for those of you who don't know Jennifer, this is DP Addiction Adventures with Jennifer. Woo! I don't have sound clips. Imagine applause here. Oh, you guys ever do those videos where you do this up to people's heads and squish them? We used to do this all the time. Hello. Okay, sorry. I gotta stop doing hand puppets now.
What Pandora's box did I open?
I don't know. Was that singing? Yeah, Kerwin. What are you trying to say to me right now? AKA Kerwin. Kerwin is picking up the boys. And well, yeah, picking up Zach. He has Nora, getting our other children.
Oh, okay. You have peace right now?
I do have peace. Peace and prosperity across the Kohlmeyer house. Did Nora's Olaf get batteries? Yes, it did. And you know what about that Olaf? that thing I don't even know how to, words are hard. It was like connected to some frequency. So let me explain. We put batteries in this Olaf, and he was sitting in the kitchen floor for a while. And every once in a while, it was like, it's this remote control car, right? Every once in a while, it would randomly start spinning. And like the controller's on the counter. Nobody's touching the controller. And it's the freakiest thing ever. It just randomly would start spinning. Nobody's touching it. It's like a haunted Olaf. Either that or it's Gale playing tricks on us.
Well, Olaf is the same color as Casper.
That's a good point. Yep. You know, we're going to do the don't laugh challenge, but I think Kerwin sent you jokes and I don't know where he put mine. So we'll hold off on that. Kerwin, tell me where the jokes are. You ready for your questions, Jennifer?
Oh, I was born ready.
Listen to this, guys. Did you hear that? Samantha? I don't even know a Samantha. So Jennifer was born ready. That's tidbit number 1.
That just every answer is the number 5.
Okay, all right. The number 5 is her. Jeez,
What's your favorite flavor ice cream? 5.
What? So like you have 5 favorites, right? Maybe. I don't know. First question. What do you do for a living, Jennifer? You're a therapist of some kind. What kind of therapist?
Yes. So I am a trauma specialist. So I work with traumatized individuals. But our program is specific to tortured refugees. So people who have been controlled by the government due to 5 different criteria and therefore physically or mentally abused.
Oh my gosh.
So, yes, so they come and they find safety in the United States, but they still have their, physical things that they deal with and the emotional scars and dreams and flashbacks and memory loss. And so they come and they work with me.
So kind of like PTSD a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, so I deal a lot with major depressive disorder, anxiety, post-traumatic stress, people who are medicated and stabilized schizophrenia. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that I work with, but yeah, those are the main ones.
Oh my gosh. Is that hard to separate your personal life sometimes coming back from something? I don't know, hearing these stories, is it hard to like wind down from that? You know what I mean? That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. So basically, emotionally, it's extremely difficult, which is why I love diamond painting, because it just kind of lowers that. I handle the stress really well, just because of my personality and the way, I was born to do certain things, but I get emotionally exhausted. So just that balance of renewing myself and making sure I'm there for my family. And but this week was really hard. And so my family was amazing. And I just make sure I communicate to them, hey, you know what? It's a really difficult week. Mom can't handle X, Y, and Z. So this week you need to go to dad.
Yep.
Otherwise, the answer is going to be no.
Oh my gosh, I just can't even imagine coming from that and coming home and like still putting on a happy face. And you do. I bet you do. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then what did it say? Odd wants to know what you're working on. Probably your Valentine's one, right?
Oh, actually, I have not shown, so I can do the reveal on here if you want.
If you're cool with it, I am.
I am working on my teenage girl from my stash. So I know Stitcherista did this a while ago, and I ended up getting it. I'm not in camera, sorry. Let me put it in camera. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. Just a second, it's delayed. There you go. So isn't she
God, that's
fun?
beautiful. Is that a full drill, like all that background too?
Yeah.
Wow.
So what's really awesome is this is not 310 and this is not 939. It's just this beautiful, like, aqua light color. So it's a lot of fun.
That is beautiful. Pretty, pretty.
Good question, Odd.
That was a good question. So you are a therapist for refugees.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have, like, what was the hardest story that you've had to heard, or like a story or someone that you've helped that still kind of sticks with you that you've had to help with, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to be careful on
Right.
details that I give. But in general, the hardest stories are when the spouse has witnessed the murder of the other spouse.
Oh my God.
So, just talking through the story of witnessing that, what was that helplessness feeling, that guilt feeling of why did I survive and they didn't, wanting to be, especially if it's a male that survived, why wasn't that me? Yeah, so that's probably the hardest.
That is absolutely, absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
for me personally, like, I don't know if it's because I have anxiety or what, but anytime I hear something bad, like, happening like that to someone's spouse, or especially with the kids, like, I heard this story not too long ago where, what was during the summer, this family had just gotten a pool, and it was one of those new above ground pools,
Mm-hmm.
like for the family, and they had a little girl, and she was Nora's age, 4 years old, and she had gotten up before her family got up and wanted to go swimming. And
And
this
it
family
didn't
did not
didn't
take out
end
the
well.
water. It didn't. Nope. And she drowned, and it just broke my heart, and it just makes you think, like, I don't know, you immediately think of your kids and in your
Mm-hmm.
life. Gosh, your job would be so hard for me because that's immediately where my
Mm-hmm.
mind goes. Like, I just can't
Yeah.
even imagine that.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's deep, it's heavy, but they always come to me because most of the cultures I work with don't, they have a different idea of what counseling is. It's only for the crazies, and it doesn't help. So I have to do a lot of education on what it is. And then they're like, well, how can you help me? You can't bring them back. And so just a lot of, talking through the anger and the sadness and grief. I did my whole internship years ago with hospice. So I do a lot with grief therapy and different things like that. So, no, I'm not going to make it all better. And I have cried with clients before. Um,
no.
yeah. So
Jeez, you are like a superwoman. Isn't she
I,
an angel, guys?
I will say my scariest one is when my first client dissociated on me. And for those of you who do not know what dissociation is, basically it's a way that a person's mind protects themselves. And so they check out, right? And so their body's still there, but they're like somewhere else. And so this person for 45 minutes checked out on me, and their eyes rolled back in their head and they just like were
What
rocking. And I'm like, oh, I broke her. I was like, oh my gosh.
what would you do? And
Uh,
oh my
so
gosh.
if I know they're prone to that, I talk with them beforehand before we get into anything that might trigger them. And I just say, okay, what would you allow me to do to help you come out of that? Do you want me to touch your shoulder? Do you want me to sit by you? Do you want me to hand you like this fidget? All the kids have those fidgets. I have tons of them in my office because anything with movement will help your brain snap out of it. Do you want me
Those
to
fidget
like,
spinner things are like those
yeah, like
busy
squish
things.
balls, stress
Oh
balls,
yeah.
fidget
Okay.
spinners, um, just any kind of little gadget. Like I have this right here, like this little puzzle. Like I'm never gonna
Oh,
remember how to put it together, but just holding it in my hand like this is gonna keep them present with me, because their brain can't think of more than one thing at a time. So if they're focused on this, they're not going to be focused on their past. And so, yeah. So I went to my supervisor. I'm like, I think I broke my client.
Oh my gosh.
And she's like, oh no, because it used to be my supervisor's client. She's like, she used to dissociate for days. The fact that she only dissociated for 40 minutes with you means you're great. A great therapist.
So is it like a seizure, like with the eyes rolling back? That's what I imagine. Like, what happens?
Well, they roll back and they come back, like, but there's no focus. It's kind of this glazed look on their face because it depends on the dissociation. You know, some people go into the past and they're reliving where they're at. Some people go to their
So like
safe
their eyes roll
space.
in the back of their head while they're reliving like a traumatic moment.
Yeah, or they go to their
God,
safe
that's
space,
awful.
or, you know, it just depends on the person. I want to be careful for people who are
Of course.
listening. I don't want to trigger anybody. But yeah. Yes, Christy, fidget spinners do help with anxiety attacks. Deep breathing also helps. So if you have a fidget spinner, you know, and you take a deep breath and spin it and then breathe out and spin it, you know, anything like that, that helps calm you down.
Yep. And if you go to Amazon and you type in like fidget devices, they have a whole fidget set. I have
Yep.
ADD. So like well, I don't have one, but I wanted to get this one where it comes with like little pieces, like what Jenn just showed, her little puzzle thingamajig. It comes with a bunch of the different one of those things, like things that you could stretch and put back together, or little bricks with magnets and stuff like that.
Yeah. I have like
My
Play-Doh. I've got little,
Oh,
you know, everything, anything you can think of.
that is awesome.
Yeah.
So how long do you typically keep the same client, or do they just like hang out with you for so long and then just
It depends on what they're diagnosed with. So if they're diagnosed with an adjustment disorder, that's just basically a depression or high anxiety while you're adjusting to something you're not used to in a higher level. You know, you just kind of need some help to sort some things out. So those clients I see maybe for 3 to 6 months. You know, they get a job, they start paying their bills, they get a handle on what it's like to live in the United States, they start learning English, you know, and then they're on their way. Depressive clients or anxiety clients, maybe like a year. And then I have some clients, I've been there 2.5 years, I've had since the beginning. So it just depends.
is it ever hard when you don't get to hang out with them as much to wonder how they're doing?
Yeah, I
Like
actually
after
had to
23
break up
times?
with 2 clients last week.
A breakup. I was just wondering, it would be like a breakup almost.
Yeah, my boss was like, you have 44 clients and you're supposed to have 20. So I was like, wow, that's why I'm so stressed. Like, so yeah, I had to pick clients that were fine. We were just in maintenance mode.
You had
We
to
were
pick?
just kind of chit-chatting every time we got together once a
Yeah.
month. And so then I was like, you know, you are doing fantastic. You do not need a trauma specialist. Let me hook you up with somebody that you can just come and see once a month. So I had to break up with them.
Oh gosh.
So we told them they had graduated from our program, because our program is a specialized program with case managers and everything for trauma. And so it's really like, if you're just coming to say, hey, I'm doing great, you don't need us.
Fair enough. So you speak or you talk to people that speak other languages. So are you bilingual?
No.
How does that work?
I
Interpreter?
speak one language, English.
That's it? So for those who can't speak English, though,
Yep,
how does that work?
95% of my therapy is through interpretation. So I have in-person interpreters.
Gosh, that would be hard.
Yeah.
Especially for like therapy.
Yeah. So sorry, I was reading chat and catching up with you guys.
Oh yeah, go ahead. We probably missed some stuff.
Oh my gosh, Rebecca's eyes just rolled back.
Diamond painting brought me back. Maybe you should bring diamond paintings to work.
Elliot, that's great that you have a bunch of fidget spinners. Now you can be like, I have to use these. My therapist told me.
It was medically recommended for me to do this. So
If you guys want to know why diamond painting really does help, I can get into the science. I just don't want to bore your viewers.
I mean, I kind of want to know. I always thought it was just a sense of fulfillment, and so you feel like, I don't know, you're accomplishing something. Because
Mm-hmm.
Kerwin always says, like, he's you guys have seen him diamond paint like a little bit. He
Mm-hmm.
can't do it for so long. It says it makes his anxiety go through the roof, and
Mm-hmm.
I have chronic anxiety, so like this helps me a ton.
Mm-hmm.
So I think his doors are just closed personally, and he has like his mind already made up that like, okay, tiny pieces, I'm gonna find this, to give me anxiety, which I did at
Mm-hmm.
first too. I'm gonna spill all these
Mm-hmm.
drills. Everything's gonna go
Mm-hmm.
crazy. All the worst possible scenarios are gonna happen until I
Yeah.
opened my mind and started doing it. And like, holy moly, I did this. I put all
Yeah.
these tiny pieces of squares together. Like, I did this. It's the same thing with polymer clay with me. Like, I made that. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
for me, that's how it is anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So there's two different reasons why it helps. I'll try to not bore everybody, but the first reason is if you think of your mind like a fist, okay, and this bottom part, which is the bottom of your neck, is your survival brain. That's the part that helps you breathe, you blink, your heart to beat. Now, this is all very general terms. This is not neuroscience, okay? This is just kind of in general where things are in your brain. The middle part, which is where my thumb is, between your ears, is where your emotions lie. And then the top part, that little like bumpy part that you always see when you see a brain, that's your thinking brain. So you've got your survival brain, your emotional brain, and your thinking brain. And what happens when we have anxiety is that the survival brain is activated and constantly searching for a way to help us survive that situation. So whether that's, it's how am I going to pay my bills, and you're constantly worrying and you're trying to think through, and you just like your anxiety goes up, goes up, goes up. Whether it's what to cook for dinner, my husband and I have a huge anxiety over that.
Mm.
Whether it's a car is coming straight at you. So your survival brain like kicks in and the little alarm goes off. Now, when that alarm goes off all the time, a chemical in your brain, it's constantly released called cortisol. That's your stress chemical. You kind of get a high, and then your brain gets so used to that being that level that when it comes down, you're depressed, and when it goes even higher, you're even more anxious. So it disrupts the balance of what your brain's supposed to be. When that survival brain down here kicks into gear, your thinking brain disappears because the survival brain is meant to keep you alive. So if I were to fall into the street, I don't want my thinking brain to tell me, oh, it's going to take you 30 seconds before that car is going to hit you. You have plenty of time to run across the road. No, I want my body to go heartbeat fast, lungs start breathing, and run. Like, I don't have time to think. And so what happens is when we diamond paint, we are allowing that survival, that cortisol level, that survival brain just to kind of calm down, to start regulating our breathing because we're concentrating on something else. And now we're allowing our thinking brain to come back and start problem solving. Which color goes where? How do we place this? Do I need more wax? And we're kind of doing this very constructive, very, step-by-step instructional problem solving. So our thinking brain, which is like the wise grandmother, can come back in, it can calm your emotions, and it can turn off that smoke detector or that fire alarm. Excuse me, lower your cortisol levels and therefore lower your anxiety without the, possible disruption of depression. Does that make sense?
It does
Or
to
did I
me.
lose everybody?
I think it does. So does that say something about people who do their sections differently? Like whether it's people like me who just peel a little bit back at a time and work on it, or those people who do one color at a time throughout their entire painting, which is crazy, but to each their own.
Well,
Jeez,
that's
I
your
just don't know how.
personality. That's the originality, the creativity. So that's a great point. And the second reason why it lowers most people's anxiety to do anything creative, whether it's, Kerwin, he fixes things, right?
Oh yeah.
That's a creativity. That's a problem solving. Diamond painting's problem solving. People who like to bake or cook, that's problem solving. Um, so basically, one side of your brain is the instructional point, the very logical side, and the other side is the creative side. And when trauma happens, those two sides stop talking to each other. Kind of like when someone gets a divorce and the spouses stop talking to each other, but you still have children. So there's this kind of break of you need to communicate, but there's a tension, there's a what's going on. So when you do something creative and you're doing something problem solving, you're forcing both the left and the right side to speak to each other. And that's where that like personality, creativity of diamond painting comes in. I like to do large sections with colors, at a time. Other people like to do one color at a time. Some people only like to do squares. Some only like to do, rounds. It's just, that's a personality. But that's another reason why it lowers your anxiety and helps you calm down.
Does anybody else like to switch it up like I do? Like sometimes I like to do both rounds and squares. I get more of a fulfillment, I think, from squares, only because I like the way they click together, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now that I think about it, I really did not enjoy doing rounds with that Christmas tree at all. I didn't. I would always pick squares over rounds, actually. But as far as sections, I'll switch it up a little bit. Like I'll start over here, then like jump over there just to see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And then I find myself often in very deep thought while diamond painting. Like if I'm working
Mm-hmm.
out a color, which kind of messes me up sometimes, but if I do color blocking, especially, like not a lot of color switching, I have lots
Mm-hmm.
of deep thoughts, you know?
Which is
Like,
great. That's telling you're doing something right.
I love it. Okay, let's
Yeah.
look at these comments real quick. Oh man, there's quite a few here. Let me go back up. I know Jenn read a few of them. Brian has a bunch of fidget spinners. Angie says, I have mental health issues with not only me but two of my kids have different issues. Odd says, that's why crafting helps mentally, J-Rob. That's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the ultimate fidget activity. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. I always think it's my fault, said Angie. Mickey says, I find it fascinating. Brian would love to know, which you already did. Odd says, I bet the interpreters have to sign NDAs.
Well, we have confidentiality because it's all under HIPAA. So the interpreters also have to sign those confidentiality forms. So
Mm.
they're just like lawyers and therapists. They're not allowed to say anything.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Angie says, my third child probably is just different. She's very sensitive to anything. Bianca says, Angie, I blame myself for my kids having ADHD and autistic. And my youngest two boys have 1/2 extra chromosome from me. So I blame myself each day and I keep to myself. Oh, I don't think that's anything that you can help though, right? I mean, Odd says Kerwin needs to work on a bigger piece. I've been telling him that, Odd. I can't get him to sit still. He wants to go fidget with an electronic to fix or something. I don't know.
Well, that's his diamond painting.
Yes, fixing stuff is his diamond painting,
Yeah.
exactly. Or making that awesome intro, things like that,
Yeah.
that's just what interests him. And again, I'm okay with having this to me. It doesn't bother me one bit. He can go tinker with whatever. I don't care. And this is
I
mine.
wish he would have come over and fixed our drain, but
He
why
said
did
he
you have
would.
to live so far away?
He can fix anything like that, man. Like his dad gives him like these 4K Blu-ray player things and says it hasn't worked in years. If you can fix it, you can have it. And sure enough, he'll fix it and we'll have a 4K. I mean, he does. He's so good. Odd says, oh wait, Elliot says makes total sense to me. Elizabeth said that explains to me why I'm taking less anxiety medication. Good for you, Elizabeth. Odd says, what about people who prefer opaque? Is that opaque covers to clear covers? Ooh, interesting.
Well, I
Well,
don't know.
yeah,
I
I
don't.
can make up a bunch of answers that might sound like they make sense. I don't know the
I
science
yeah, I don't know. Again, I think it just goes back, you know, to personality
preference.
and preference. Why do people like dogs over cats or cats over dogs?
Oh,
Why
I
do
have
people
answers for
like,
that. Yeah.
you know,
That smell. But now I have a cat and a dog, and I love them both. So I don't know what I was thinking my entire life. I was never a dog person. I hated dogs until I got Thanos, and then now I'm just, oh my gosh, I love dogs. I love him
mm,
anyway. I don't like yipper yappers. They drive me crazy. Crane says I'm out of my meds and can't afford to get it, so I have been having a hard time, and DP calms me down. And the same way, I love squares, I love confetti. Color blocking makes me anxious. Angie says I think I love rounds because I think I'm fat.
she, I don't mean
Well,
to
you know,
laugh, but you
if you were
wrote
fat
it.
and had like a short torso, you could be square shape. I mean, they have pear shaped bodies, right? So why not a square shape? That's out there, I'm sure. But I'm sure you're not fat and it's probably just in your head. And plus, we're all pleasantly plump anyway. We're diamond painters, okay?
Oh, I have a funny story about pleasantly plump.
Ooh, do it.
So, my ex-boyfriend, the man that I dated before my husband, um, we were both broke. He was even more broke than me. So we went to McDonald's for the 99-cent like, I don't know, hot fudge sundaes.
Oh, yeah.
And so I had the car. I think I was a sophomore in college. So we drove through. We pull into the parking lot afterwards because we were just going to sit in the parking lot and eat them and just kind of have this really cheap date. Well, he was talking to me and he mentioned that I was pleasantly plump. And
What?
I was like, I looked at him and I gave him a second chance. Like, what did you mean by that? And he started stuttering and just being like, you know, he
Like,
was
that's
trying to
never
say
okay.
that's how he liked his women and all. And I was like,
Oh,
women? Who else are you seeing? Like,
oh my
just so I
God.
told him to get out and he got out of the car and I drove away.
Jennifer, for how
So I left
long?
him like 2.5 miles from his house and went back to school.
Oh, so this wasn't your husband though. This was your
No,
ex.
no, this was my ex. This was
Yeah, there's a reason he's an ex. Oh my God. You don't say that. That's just like
oh
Nora continuously asking me if there's a baby in my belly. Like, no, Nora, there's not a baby in my belly. I am simply fat, okay? Gosh, I don't think I'm like obese or anything. I have been a thick chick since I can remember. Big bone. My doctor specifically told me you will never be bone thin. You just can't. You got you got wide hips, and I'm like, all right, well, I am who I am. It just is. I've exercised. I'm okay with how I look. If
yeah,
anything, I would choose to be able to walk up a flight of stairs though without like, you know,
huffing and puffing.
exactly. Like that would be nice. But as far as like how I look, I think I'm okay, you know.
What's really funny is I exercise to stay healthy, but I can never lose the weight. And so
I'm the exact same way.
the
Yep.
doctors keep, you know, my cholesterol's fine, my blood pressure is fine, my, you know, everything is fine except I weigh X a number of pounds. And every time I go to the doctor, like this lump in my throat, like, oh, it's because of your weight. I'm like, seriously? How is a lump in my throat? I
That
looked
sounds
at
like
her,
an
I'm like, I'm getting a new doctor because
yeah, that sounds
like
like a cool
I don't
seven.
even go to the doctor because they weigh you and just say, yeah, it's your weight. I'm like, no.
Like
And they're
there's an actual lump, but not I'm not talking about my double chin. A lump. Golly.
so I was just like, yeah. And they're always surprised. Like, I have never had high blood pressure ever. And they're always surprised when it's not high. They're always surprised every annual that you know, my cholesterol's fine. And I'm just like, girl, I'm just big.
It just is what it is, lady.
I'm like, I can't help it.
Mm-mm.
They were trying to get me to have the gastro um,
The
surgery
gastrointestinal
when
thing.
I
Yeah.
was 30. And I'm like, I'm 30. I am not like, I think it's great for some people, but I'm like, at the age of 30, when I'm healthy, but just heavy, I'm not doing that. Sorry.
Me and my doctor toyed around with that idea, and I was like, I'm 27, and it's just, I don't know. He thinks that I'm 20 pounds overweight and I can't lose it. And he's like, well, I mean, you just got to exercise to be healthy at least if you don't really care about losing weight. And I'm like, that's just hard because you don't see progress. Really. Like you don't physically see it. So that sense of accomplishment for what you're doing and you're exhausting yourself and not physically seeing the results is just, I don't know. For me, that's what makes it hard. But I mean, another thing is too is like we've tried to diet, and I mean, I'm sure there's ways out there, but it's just it's expensive. Like, how easy is it, when you have 3 kids and you do things like work full time? I was in school for the longest time. I just graduated, but you're just so busy. You got YouTube, got all these things that you got to do. How easy is it to go pick up a freaking pizza? It's so easy. And not only that, but like, I mean, what's a healthy snack? Carrots. You got to keep buying them carrots because the 13-year-old gets a hold of them. They're gone in one sitting. And it's just like, we'd have to keep buying and buying and buying and just, I don't know. I think what would work is freezer meals. Like, have you ever tried to do that? Like, make your meals?
Yeah, I need to get back in the swing of it, but for a couple months I did freezer meals where I would make, 12 or 13 meals.
Oh, that would have been bad.
So
yeah, I've been wanting to look into how to do that and what kinds you can do, because we got one of those things that you put in the bags and the thingy sucks the air out of it. What are they called? I don't remember what they're called. Like
the thing of the thing of the thing.
Yeah, it sucks air out. That's what it does. Okay, we got one of those, and I was thinking about looking into that. Good point, Dixie. What point did Dixie have? We're not fat, we're fluffy.
Some of our comments are very, very funny. So,
Dixie says she likes confetti because it takes her mind off of things and slows her down. Not to mention, I love the detail it brings out. Oh, yeah. Odd says that skunk. I don't know. My husband says I'm perfect and beautiful. Liar. Brian says we're not fat, we're fluffy. I would have done that also. Good point, Dixie. Not the skunk. My grandma asks me every Christmas if I'm pregnant. I always tell her, no, Grandma, I'm just fat. Oh my gosh, those grannies are horrible. My granny's crazy too. She does the same stuff. Like, hey, Ashley, you've been drinking a bunch of beer? Like, Grandma, I don't drink beer. It's gross. She was like, what you got there? Right under your boobs. Like, that's my belly, Grandma.
Well, now you can say it's patty wax.
It's knick-knack patty wax. That's what it is, Granny. Jeez. Started when my dad said something to me when I was young and never forgot about it. Oh, what? I have been losing weight. Thanks, good. Oh, Angie's been losing weight. You go, girl.
Congrats, Angie. Angie gets a gold star.
I gained when I started working from home. I just sit in this desk all day and diamond paint on my breaks and lunches, and then I work here, so it's like, I don't even got to get dressed if I don't want to.
My husband works from home, and ever since he got out of the hospital last year, he's been gaining weight, and we think it's the medication he's on to keep him healthy. And I'm like, yeah, and it's the 8 bags of candy you eat away.
Oh my God, yes. I feel his. What does he do from home? I take calls for CenturyLink. I talk to customers like whiny babies about their bills all day.
Yeah, he works for Apple, the computer company. He's a senior tech advisor. So when something goes wrong with your phone, iPad, any device, he's like the top tier that you call.
That's
so he's been doing it for
people, or he does the chat thing.
He talks to people.
Ooh.
Yep.
So he kind of does what I do a little bit, but I do customer service crap and take calls from home.
Well, and what's really funny is he works Sunday through Thursday. And so we're home on Sundays when he's working, and my diamond painting desk is on the other side of his office wall. And so I always know when he has a precious person who doesn't know anything about technology, because I can hear him just go, sir, please don't hit that button. Sir, don't hit that. Sir.
Does he have that deep calming voice too? Like, does he
tries.
Does he also have the multiple voices? Sir.
And then he comes out of the office when he's done, and he's just like, I need a break. I'm been too patient for too long.
Yep. I mean, one thing about working from home, they'll never know if you have a little sippy sip. Just kidding. I don't do that, guys. I don't do that. That's not part of the rules. But man, it is draining though, talking to customers all day. And I think especially when you work from home, man, you don't get out of the walls. I don't know how to explain it. Like if you worked in a place, if you actually had to leave to go somewhere to work, you could step away from your desk and kind of get a different change of scenery. Other than your house. It's always your house. And then on my breaks and lunches, I'm always taunted, like by all of the, oh, I think I lost Jennifer. What happened? Uh-oh. Anyway, on my breaks and lunches, I'm always taunted by like dishes to do and laundry to do. I don't know why I lost Jennifer. Jenny, come back. Oh, there you are. You missed it. I started singing to you.
I'm so sorry. All of a sudden, I didn't hear you anymore, and I look over and it said something went wrong. Rejoin.
Oh no! I started singing, Jenny, come back. Any kind of fool could see.
And there's a delay on my computer, which I'm watching chat on, so I just think we're still talking for like 30 seconds.
Do you have it pulled up in YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, the StreamYard chat seems to be like really, really delayed for whatever reason. We're back. Everyone's good.
Yeah.
That's a good sip of coffee. What were you talking about?
I don't know, but I want to know what kind of award the dentist received.
Oh, we're doing this. We're doing this now. I need my list, Kerwin Kohlmeyer, the third, second. Oh, shit.
A little plaque.
Ah! Oh, I would have lost. No.
We're not really starting yet, so you're safe.
Oh, good. Because I need my list. I don't know where Kerwin put it. What if he put it in my desktop somewhere?
I don't know. He said you had the first one and I had the second one.
Oh, okay. I see. Jokes list 2, jokes list 1. So you have the list 2.
I think so. Yeah, I have list 2. So don't cheat.
Oh my God. I clicked list 1 and it said this file can't be opened. This is going to be awesome. I'll make up jokes. I don't care. Oh gosh. Kerwin, did you move the list? Oh, well, he's not here. I'm just going to Google some. So part of this new challenge here, read your note I wrote, list 1. That's very descriptive. Thank you, honey. I don't know what note you're referring to, but thank you for that. Anyway, part of this new Social Sunday breakdown is whatever guest I have on, we're going to be doing something fun. Woohoo! Some kind of challenge of some sorts.
Zoe Roberts. No. When my dog gets bored, she rings the back bell.
So you call your dog with your last name too? If so, that's adorable.
Yes. Would you like to see her right now? I'm moving you.
Oh, we'll throw that ball for her.
She won't give it to me. Come on.
Zoe.
No, she won't. Yeah. Give it. Okay, ready?
Oh, snap. She was all into that. That was amazing.
Yeah. You want to say hi? Oh, no, she's hiding.
Aww.
Oh, there she goes. Okay. True. Look at my dining room table. Is this not like everybody's dining room table? Where are we going to eat?
On top of the diamond painting. That is awesome. Okay, I got my list now. What time is it? Is it already time to start it? Holy moly, we only have 30 minutes left. Oh, but Dave's not doing his, is he?
Well, I do have to tuck my daughter in by 9.
Okay, which is 8 my time, right?
Yes.
It's 7:30 for me. Okay, that's fine. So one of the fun little things that we are going to do during these lives, there's a bunch of different challenges that I have lined up. But for this one specifically, we are going to be playing the Try Not to Laugh challenge. So we each have a list of jokes. And I have not seen her jokes. Kerwin did all this. And I found the list, by the way, Kerwin. You put it on the desktop. Whatever, I found it. But we each have a list of jokes. I haven't seen hers. She hasn't seen mine.
Not if I eat you first.
Anyway. So we're going to read each other these jokes, and the other person has to not laugh. Pretty simple, right? Good.
Maybe.
Keep going. Okay. All right. But you can't see our faces, so I think we're both pretty loud laughers, so it's going to be pretty obvious if we lose. But I didn't do anything like what does the winner have to, or the loser or have to do, you know?
I don't know.
We're just gonna, the winner has to say the other one is the best person ever. I don't know. Refer to them as queen.
Oh wait, was that a joke? No.
You lose. I'm just kidding. Oh God, this is going great.
I cracked myself up.
Oh, and you can't laugh at your own jokes either, by the way.
That's not fair.
God, this is going to be awesome.
I didn't even read. He's like, read through these jokes. And I'm like, what fun is that? So I
just read one randomly. That's what I'm going to do. What is his number? Because I want my phone being disrespectful. iPhone 6S. So I have to throw my phone. Oh, he won because your husband works for Apple. Maybe. I don't know. Crane says, your dog's so cute. I have a kitchen table that has 2 leaves. It is now down to the craft room. I have a small round table now in the kitchen. We never eat. So Odd says, yep, that's my table. Okay. Jen, are you ready for this? Or first, do you want to talk about your group first and the DPer of the month? Because we need to get more people doing that, y'all.
Yeah. No
That's
kidding.
insane. I watched your video.
I wanted to cry.
Well, me too. I think, like, we all say we love this community, and I'm sure we all do. Like, I'm not questioning whether or not you guys do or not. But how cool is it that Jennifer has created an avenue where we can express that love for other people? And again, they don't have to be a creator. You know, I'm not going to take it all from you. I'm just saying, guys, we need to start participating in things like this, because the less participants, the less likely they'll probably hang around. And I love this. I think it's awesome. And she does all this work for it. And I'm just going to let you talk because I'm about to go off. We just need to take 5 minutes, guys. I'll let Jen tell you about it. Listen carefully, guys, and just take a minute, okay?
Yeah. Awesome. So you hit the nail on the head. Like, I just kept hearing how everybody loved the community. And I was like, why don't we have a platform where we just tell each other and share that love? And so I developed this, Google form. It takes, like, I think you filled it out, Ashley. How long does it take?
Like not even 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's like a minute or 2 minutes. And most of that time is because you have to wait for your computer to load the page.
That's it.
But basically, you just, put in your name, put in their name, put in why you love them, and hit the button. And what that does is at the end of every month, I take that group of people, read off the nomination, share the love, and then I do a random comment picker, and one person ends up winning a donation that is given by the community. And so the point is, number one, you are expressing your love for people who have touched your life. It can be, like, I'm going to pick on Karina. Okay. So, like, her daughters nominate her and she nominates her daughters. Like, that's amazing. And if there's somebody that you always listen to, or there's, your sister who likes to diamond paint and you introduced her to it, or, Dave could nominate Amber and Amber could nominate Dave, and just share the love. And so that's step one, is just like being able to share that love. The next stage was, let's support people like Crashley or Donnie or Archer's Arts, or, Amy Reed with Crystal Canvas, just those creators that went above and beyond and said, hey, I have this skill, I have this creativity, so I'm going to develop, wax or trays or pens or canvases. And so those are the things that I get and I pay for that we can support them as well, not support China. And so I'm like, both sides, I thought it was a win-win for us. And then finally, so I'm broke. I have no money. So you guys also can help do donations as well. So some people, like the one for March, this wonderful woman sent me several diamond paintings she's never going to do. And I'll be able to give out those diamond paintings over the next couple months. Some people donate above and beyond a purchase of one pen. Just different things like that. I have a PayPal account. Some people donate, $1, $2, $5, $10. It doesn't go into my pocket. It goes into the DP of the month fund. And so I use that money to purchase items from the different creators that are out there to support. So I just try to feel like it's a win-win. And so that's why I push for it. I'm like, guys, why aren't people participating? Like, that was my question. Am I doing something wrong that
I
people
think
aren't
that
participating?
I don't think a lot of people know how, maybe. I just put in the link, guys.
Oh,
If
thank you.
somebody wants to click on that and make sure it works, I just didn't work for me. But once this video is done processing, again, I created the stream in StreamYard, so my links didn't flow over or anything. But once this video is uploaded and processed, I will add this to the description. And I'm just going to keep it, if that's okay with you, Jennifer.
Yeah,
I'm going to keep
please.
it in all of my descriptions.
Mm-hmm.
Just leave it there. It's just so spread the word, guys. And like, you see somebody does something awesome, just point it out. And can we make more than one nomination per month?
Absolutely. So I tried to make it as ruleless as possible. So the rules are, number one, you cannot nominate yourself and you cannot nominate somebody who's won before. So at the bottom of the form, except for the person who just won this month, are the names of the past people who have won. And then you can nominate as many people as you want. You just need a new form for each person. So you can nominate 10 people if you wanted. But you cannot nominate the same person 10 times. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I do read them and I will just pick one of the 10. So it doesn't make sense to go in and do it 10 times.
Awesome. Oh, Mickey, thank you. And if you're a creator too, save that. And if you want to link that in your descriptions, do it. I mean, that's a perfect way to spread the word about it. And I definitely wanted to bring that up in this stream because there just wasn't a lot of participation. It's free stuff, guys. It's just a way to like say a shout out, And I think even if you don't win, how cool is it to hear that somebody went out of their way, to say something nice about you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if you don't win, that would mean like the world to me anyway. That would be so cool. And she makes videos about it and she goes out of her way to get these prizes. And every month she has a video posted of the winner. And speaking of which, how's the winner decided? Can you go over that real quick?
Yeah. So basically what I do is I go through and I do it the same every single month. So it's fair. But I take, let's say, Ashley, you were nominated 5 times over the course of the month. Just for ease of me reading it, I put all 5 of those entries together. So maybe entry number 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So basically, I formulate a list. And it's usually in order of how you guys nominated, like February 2nd, February 5th, February 9th. It's just straight down because what you fill out goes into a Google Excel sheet for me. And so I just print that off. And all I do is I read who got nominated and what the nominator said. Then what I do is I go through and I just number straight down from the top to the bottom. So if you're a person like Ashley, if you got nominated that 5 times, you would have entry 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then I go to the number picker. And if you watch my video, you can see me do this. And this month it was 24 entries. So I did 1 through 24. I hit the random number picker enter button. It came up with number 5. I show you guys, I go over to my Excel sheet, which is printed out. and numbered, and number 5 was the winner. And so that's how I pick them. So it's as random as it can get. Yeah, so that's how I pick it.
Yep, takes less than a minute, guys. We should all be nominating. Like, I'm going to enter in like quite a few this time. I didn't realize participation was that low. But yeah, keep it in mind. It goes all month too, right?
Yeah, so it goes, the Google Doc helps me. It has a timestamp. So February 1st at 12 a.m. through February 29th, 11:59 p.m. So I do know sometimes people, because and it's Eastern Standard, sometimes people say, oh, well, I put my entry in. Well, they might have done it after the 11:59 p.m. So that does not get lost. It just carries over into the next month. So that nominee would be for March instead of for February, if that makes sense.
Yep. So you see somebody do something cool, or you feel like mentioning somebody, put their name in all throughout the month.
Yep, exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
Once upon a time when I was doing this diamond painting, I must have mixed brown with gray at some point in time, which there's more grays than browns, so I'm assuming gray's the right color, but at some point I did that, and I'm just waiting for the bag that has grays with the browns, but I haven't seen that one yet. Anyway.
Well, Ashley, you have made my dream come true, because ever since I used to sneak down from upstairs to watch Johnny Carson behind my parents, I have always wanted to be on a talk show. So you have really made my dream come true tonight. And now I can check it off my bucket list.
It's the talk show, the Crashley talk show. And and if you guys want to be a guest on my Sunday social talk show, there is a form that I'm going to have listed in the description. I don't know how to get that link right now. Kerwin, if you're listening, you know how to get it, go ahead, but whatever. There's a form that I'm going to have in the description of my videos. I'll put on this one too, just fill it out. And it just says like what you're willing to talk about, or I don't know, any avenues you want to promote, things like that. So this is going to be happening every single Sunday. Woo-hoo! So look out for that form, and I'm going to post a separate video about it just because, again, I wasn't prepared very well for this one because of the sound issues, But Kerwin worked so hard on that opening thing, guys. Whew. He was serious about it. Like, you can ask Jenn. He emailed Jenn and everything. Mm-hmm. He did a lot of work in that. And he kind of loves Jenn too, so it's like,
oh, I love you too, Kerwin.
Because we knew if this went terrible, that Jenn and I would somehow just make it work, because that's just who we are. So I was like, we're just gonna do this first trial with her, because
I gotta let my dog out. You guys continue to talk.
Okay, we won't gossip about you too much.
I can still hear you.
Yes, so when she gets back, we are going to do the challenge, just like they do on the talk shows. This is gonna be fun. I better go find my list though, because I think I lost it again. Oh, there's my list. Oh gosh, these are some lame jokes. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna do the do not laugh challenge. And how about the loser has to put like a status like on Facebook or Instagram that the other one is a rock star. So if I lose, then I will have to make a post on Instagram or Facebook saying Jennifer is a rock star. That's not too cruel, and it's awesome, right? Agreed?
Yeah, I think it's positive instead of saying I'm a loser.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't do that anyway. Jeez. Fine. Okay. So one of the mods or all of the mods, somebody needs to keep score for us. Okay. So the point is, she's going to like read a joke. I'll read a joke, and the other one cannot laugh. If they laugh, the other one gets a point. Okay. So if
what are we playing to? How many points?
Until like 5 till maybe, or 10 till. I don't know how many jokes. How about 10 till?
Okay.
So we'll play for like 9 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, Jennifer's going to keep score. So do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I can go first.
Okay. Whew. Okay.
What do you call a funny mountain?
What?
Hilarious.
Okay, I'm gonna suck at this game. I
I'm
laughed on it.
holding it in because we're not allowed to laugh at our
Nope,
own
you
jokes.
can't laugh at your own. Dang.
What if I'm laughing at you?
You can't laugh. It's a do not laugh challenge.
Okay.
Wait, did you laugh?
No, I bit my tongue.
Oh, okay. So
Trying not to laugh.
Jen got a point because I did laugh. Okay, are you ready?
Okay.
What do you call a dinosaur that is sleeping?
I don't know.
A dino snore.
I'm gonna suck at
I laughed too. This is not okay.
I think we both should just have fun with these dad jokes and both say we're awesome.
No, there has to be a winner.
Okay.
Okay. So
right.
I guess we both get a point for that. I don't really know. A tie. There's no points. I don't know. Okay, your turn.
Okay. Why are ghosts bad liars?
Why?
Because you can see right through them.
Interesting.
Oh, she was good.
That was interesting. Okay. What is fast, loud, and crunchy?
What is? I don't know.
A rocket chip.
Fast, loud, and a rocket chip.
I don't get it either. That was a bad one.
Why do bees have sticky hair?
Oh God. This one sounds like it's going to be funny. Why?
Because they use a honeycomb. She's swallowing. She's at the 30. She's at the 20.
Interesting. I get it.
Okay. She's putting on her mom face. I see it.
I am. I'm glad that was burning through your soul because I was really putting on that face for sure. Whew. Why did the teddy bear say no to dessert?
Because he was stuffed?
Oh, well, that one doesn't count. That is why.
Oh.
Oh, was that a laugh?
Yes!
Ah! No, I'm not laughing, though. Nope, I just yelled. My gosh, this is hard. This is a lot harder than I thought.
At least I'm being honest.
That is true. Yes. Yes. That is why, like, it's okay that our faces aren't showing because you're honest. You know, I don't care. Okay. Your turn.
What part of your body can cause the end of the world?
What? Kerwin's farts. Sorry. No, what? I don't know.
I was thinking Thanos, but you know.
Oh God, his are worst.
Your apocalypse.
What? Apocalypse? Oh, that's weird. That's weird. What did the left eye say to the right eye?
I don't know. What did they say?
Between us, something smells.
Oh my goodness.
That was a good one. How are you not laughing?
Because I'm biting my tongue.
Oh God, that was a good one. Damn. Anyway, okay, your turn.
Okay. Why didn't the orange win the race?
Why?
It ran out of juice.
Huh.
Oh, you're killing me.
Oh. Whew. What did one plate say to the other plate?
Stick a fork in it? I don't know.
Dinner's on me.
Ah, I've heard that one before.
Darn. Your turn.
Oh, here's one. What did one DNA strand say to the other DNA strand?
I don't know.
Do these jeans make my butt look big?
Man. Turtle. Whew, wow.
Were you trying to push something out there?
I don't know. I was just saying something random because that was a really funny one.
Okay, your turn.
Okay. 2 pickles fell out of a jar onto the floor. What did one say to the other?
A pickle joke? You're bringing out the big guns. What?
Deal with it. Man. Whew, this is hard. That was a cough. Hello, Sabrina. Go ahead.
What do you get when you cross an elephant with a fish?
Elefish? What?
Swimming trunks.
Are you kidding me?
No, Kerwin picked these out.
Of course that's what you get. What am I thinking? Like, of course. That makes total sense. Dang it. 3 minutes left. Oh, God. Why did the kid cross the playground?
A girl was running after him?
To get to the other slide.
I don't know why. That was so bad.
That was pretty bad that it was so good. Oh my goodness. What? Okay, your turn.
What happened? Why are all these about Stinky? What
Go
happened
down in
when
your
the
list, maybe.
skunk was on trial?
I missed it. What?
What happened when the skunk was on trial?
I don't know.
The judge declared odor in the court. Odor in the court.
Huh. What do you call a droid that takes the long way around?
I don't know. What do you call one?
R2 detour.
Oh, being honest sucks.
Woo, that was a good one. That was a really good one.
Why did the tomato blush?
I don't know.
It saw the salad dressing. Yes, I got you. And then I laughed.
That was a really good one. Did you handpick that one?
No.
That was a solid one, man. That was, woo.
Rebecca, where are we at? Ashley's on her. This is the last one, Ashley. So we're have the same amount of questions.
Okay. What did the limestone say to the geologist?
I don't know.
Don't take me for granite.
I
guess we have to keep going because we're tied. I don't know.
Okay. We'll do one more round of you and I and see if we can break
Deal.
it. Okay. Why did the cabbage win the race?
I don't know.
Because it was a head.
Oh, wow.
That is a tongue biter.
Man, all right. What kind of tree fits in your hand?
Oh, I know this one. A palm tree?
That one doesn't count.
Okay, you can ask another one.
Why did the cookie go to the hospital?
I don't know.
Because he was feeling crummy.
Okay, you won.
Yeah, man, that was hard. Woo!
But I did get an Ashley snort.
You got a few of those. Oh my gosh, what was that one? Oh, the trunks one. That was a good one. The elephant and what was it?
The elephant and the fish swimming trunks.
That's awesome. Noelle, zip your lips. I don't know if kittens like go through heat this early, but she's been running around meowing like crazy for 2 days straight. For just meowing, straight up meowing. Goodness. Crashley wins.
Woohoo!
So
Thanks
Jennifer
for
will
keeping
be
score,
making.
Rebecca.
Yes, thank you. That was fun. So next week, depending on who I can get on the show, we will be doing something else. Not this one. But there's a bunch of different things. Like there's the reversal whip where I'll voice over like them working on their diamond painting kind of. And then there's one where you have to talk like a celebrity, like I'll Bob Ross her doing her whip or something. There's the karaoke one. There's all sorts of ones. But keep an eye out, guys, for that little form. Jenn is probably going to have to go soon to tuck her daughter in.
Yeah, it's going to be 9 o'clock.
It is. And don't you have a giveaway coming up too with your collaboration? I thought you did.
Yeah, so we have a February snack Valentine's Day collab with Mindy's Diamond Painting, Diamond Moment. And
My
so
mom.
in 2 weeks, we'll be announcing. So make sure you go over and watch both of our videos and leave comments to get yourself in the running. And then I also have, I'm almost at 2,500 subscribers. So I will be doing I have to do a 2,400 subscriber giveaway. So that's coming up. And then I have a huge 2,500 subscriber giveaway once I hit that goal. So
if you guys are not already subscribed to Jenn, which I'm sure you all are because she's awesome and like what have you been doing with your life if you haven't subscribed to Jenn? But do make sure you do that. Look for her videos. Giveaways are awesome.
Yes.
Right?
And I have been collecting for almost a year for the 2,500. So hopefully there's a lot of good stuff in there.
Ooh, I wonder what it is.
Well, it's not going to be swimming trunks.
Because we don't have an elephant, right? Like we just have a pet elephant laying around. Not me.
Well, I do have a pet and another pet. These are my two pets. He's a little tall, though. You can't quite see him. He's a little giraffe.
Aww.
So I have an animal collection that I keep in my office.
Oh, that's the creepy alligator.
Yeah, it's the creepy alligator. It's made out of telephone wire. So I guess overseas they use different colors in their telephone wire. And then how they recycle is they make these fun little animals and keychains and all that kind of stuff. So
that is awesome. I'm trying to find the form to be on the show, but if you gotta go tuck your daughter in, feel free. Oh, that's not the right thing. Woo, I didn't expect that to be found. Holy moly. I can't find that form. Kerwin, if you have that form, will you message it to me so I could put it in the chat? Or if you can put it in the chat, that would be awesome. Actually, I sent it to Jennifer. That's how I can get it.
You want me to send it back to you? Or are you looking in your sent mail?
I'm looking in, all over here on the side. No biggie. But so since Dave and Amber, like I wonder if I should just keep going maybe. Oh, good night, Rebecca. Thanks for hanging. She really enjoyed this. Good. I'm glad the first round went semi-well. I'm sorry I wasn't as prepared as I planned to be, but it just is what it is, guys, It's how it goes.
That's what lives are all about.
That's right. And I had to set Nora up with clay, and like that had to happen, of course. And I will be better prepared in the future, though. We kind of had to
be
like with or what? Oh my gosh, you better be. That was the coolest thing. Anyway, but we kind of had to do this one to see how it was going to go, right? So now that we know, we are good. Oh,
all right,
good.
guys. Well, thank you so much, Crashley. You made my dreams come true. I appreciate it.
I'm so glad that I had you on. Like, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for coming, and give your daughter a hug from me and your dog too. And make sure you say that.
I will. And after I tuck her in, if I can get away from the Super Bowl with my husband, I may sneak back on.
Okay, fine. That sounds good to me.
All right.
Me, or that link should still work the second time, shouldn't it? Yeah, you just came in with the same link, didn't you?
I probably won't be able to StreamYard because I'll be sitting in the back of a room.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I don't know how
Easily
long we're
typing
going to go.
away.
That's totally fine. Enjoy your night.
All right. Chat with you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.